What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about Jesus Coin yet again. Wow. Like, what is happening? What is happening? I love crypto, man. I genuinely love crypto because this is the kind of stuff you see. It's just boring, and then boom, next thing you know, you got from a low to a high in the course of like 8 days. Literally, I counted 8 days. You have a 11x. You literally have an 11x. That's insane. 1,037% in growth, man. That is insane. Absolutely insane. So, good job, Jesus Coin. Good job. If we're looking at it here on CoinGecko, you can see it's actually up a little bit higher. We're up 112% today, or in the last 24 hours, I should say. 70656 on this chart on Poloniex. There's a lot less volume, so it's at 70599. But I'm sure if you're buying on Poloniex, you're not going to be able to buy it at this price. It probably would be a little bit higher. There's just not a whole lot of people buying. But looking at this chart, it is the only USD pairing. That's why we're using Poloniex USD. It's the only USD pairing. Jesus Coin is in a unique position, you guys. Okay, I want to just say this for anybody that hasn't heard of this coin yet. First and foremost, okay, it's a very low cap coin. Very, very, very low cap coin. So you don't need to bet the farm to make a lot of money. I myself have only put in like a little bit over $200 in this thing. I happened to catch it at the lows, which was nice. Not the absolute lows, but around this area before it took off, which is nice for me. But you know, it's still at a relatively good point, being worth about $10 million in market cap, still at a very, very low market cap. Something like this, even from its current price, is 1,000xable, which is insane. I know it's insane. And when I say 1,000xable, I don't mean I assume that it will go there. It has a decent chance to, but a 1,000x from about 10 million would be a $10 billion market cap, right? That's because a 10x would be 100 million, 1,000x or 100x would be 1 billion, 1,000x would be 10 billion, and that is an achievable market cap for sure. An achievable market cap for sure in Jesus Coin. Here we go, 121 now. That's nice to see, baby. We got another 10% while we're making the video. Heck yes. Thank you, Jesus, and for all that you do. Looking at this thing, you guys. You know, I was doing the math earlier. I actually did all this, the total. You can see the circulating supply is 777 trillion, 777 billion, blah, blah, blah. I did that times 0.2, because Jesus Coin is going to have a burn in December where 80% of the tokens are going to be burned, which means we're going to be left with 0.2 of the whole. We're going to be left with 20%. So I did that. If you were to take this, and this, for those of you who are illiterate at math, you know, like it's okay. It can be confusing at times, but really all this means is plus 14 is you take this decimal and you move it over 14 places. So if we moved it over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now you're adding zeros, so you'd have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You'd have 7 zeros. Act like this number is 1, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 6 with 7 zeros. So let's actually do that. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like that, and then 7 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? That would be hundreds. This would be 100,000s. This would be 100 millions. This would be 100 billions. And then what you're left with is 155 trillion Jesus Coins, okay? After the burn that's going to take place on December 25th, if I haven't lost you already. 155 trillion, and then 55555. It should be 555 repeating. I did the math earlier. This 6, they rounded up. It really shouldn't be there. It should be like 55555 repeating, but like this. Something like that. But we have 156 trillion right now. So all of what has been undiluted in this thing's market cap, or in this thing's total supply, is going to be burned. And then even 1 trillion of the coins that are in the current circulating supply are going to be burned. So that happens in about 2 months and 20 days from now. 2 months and 19 days to be specific. I guess on this chart it would be 2 months and 18 days. And I think that this is, overall, this is why we're seeing this. Crypto right now as a whole is kind of in a bullish posturing. A lot of stuff looks like it wants to go down a little bit lower, but being at the end of your downtrend in itself is kind of a bullish thing, right? We're seeing a handful of cryptos doing things like this, maybe not quite as dramatic as this, but where they are done going lower and they're looking like they want to continue going higher. There are rumblings of the bullishness that is coming prior to and after the Bitcoin halving in April. I do think that by the end of this year, we're going to be above this high, which, from the current price isn't as spectacular as it once was. But let's see. If we're using this as the current price, 687, let's do that. Let's go there, 688, whatever, sure. To the all-time high, that's still a 158% increase. And I did say down here that we would break that by the end of the year. We might be breaking it by the end of the month at this rate, but overall, from this high to the all-time low that we have on this chart, I would at a minimum expect that we see some kind of move that would take us up to this 1272 by the end of the year, which would still, from this price, be another 479% in growth, potentially to the 1618, which is another 17x in growth by the end of the year. And yes, that is possible. Guess what? That's not even crazy, man. It could be beyond that by the end of this year. Genuinely, it can do some crazy things. We could see 100x by the end of the year from here even. So, with all that bullishness in mind, I want to bring it back to earth and just remind you guys, I don't think that's going to happen necessarily. I do think that we will break these highs by the end of the year, maybe even by the end of this month, but I don't know how high we're going to go. I would expect that we have some kind of pullback along the way. Yesterday, even on this chart, you can see from the opening point at the lowest point, we dropped 38.7%. And it happened so quick, I doubt that anybody really even caught it. You guys were probably asleep or just didn't look at your phone for a few minutes, and then it came back up. So if you want to get in on this thing, I would say, it might not necessarily be the time. You might be late to the party. If you've got some screw it money, I like to call it fuck it money. Sorry, Grandma. I like to call it that because it's like if you've got money you don't care about, you want to throw it in here, sure, go for it. But I feel like as I'm saying that, the price is just growing. I am personally waiting to buy more, but I'm not buying here. I'm going to wait for some kind of a pullback. And I don't care if I have to buy more up here. I don't care if I have to buy it with one less zero in front of it. I'm going to wait for price to go up and then come down and feel more secure in my buying because I am trying to put a little bit more money in this thing now. Now that it's proven itself to be worthy of that. That's kind of the plan. So I don't know, man. I've done a lot of talking. I feel like I've said everything I need to say. The bottom is in. The bottom is in for Jesus Coin. I think that's undisputable now. We've got higher highs. Obliterated. We just obliterated anything that we've been doing really since August, even July. Just obliterated it, man. So I think this is going to continue to grow. I am tempted to throw money in it now, but I'm not going to do that, man. It's not in me. I know how it goes with crypto, man, and this thing really could. I could not put money in it, and it just goes all the way up. I know it. But it very well could come, a sizable bit back down and then go up. And I just, if I'm going to try to play the game, I'm going to try and do it the way I know, which the way I know best is to not chase things. So, anywho, that's all I got for you guys. If you liked the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more. Go Jesus Coin. Just keep on doing it, man. I don't even care. Don't even pull back. Just keep going up. I don't need to buy more. Just do your thing, man. Make everybody who's invested in you absolutely happy. So take care, everyone. Bye-bye. See you next time.